channel, I have some Diablo 4 gameplay. This is from the beta that was released. I think it's been like over a week now since it ended. This game is awesome. I've always loved the Diablo series. I've played since my uncle introduced it to me at a very young age that he probably should have waited on. But Diablo 1, I think it was like a Windows 95 computer. And I specifically remember an enemy on there called the Butcher. And you met him, I think it was like in an underground level. And he was very hard to defeat. But after you did, you acquired a cleaver from him. So it was definitely worth it. I didn't really delve too deep into Diablo 2. You know, I was growing up and probably making mistakes. Being a rebellious teenager. But Diablo 3, when that came out, I went in head first. That's probably one of the most games that I've put time in on. At least thousands of hours. And so, naturally, everybody has been waiting on any type of announcement for another installment in the Diablo series. And sure enough, Diablo 4 is upon us. And it's supposed to be really good, man. From what the beta seems to be like, a lot of the player progression and the powers that you get, like the skill sets, a few of them on this sorceress class that I'm playing have been from the previous installment, like that three-headed Hydra, and then I have a skill equipped on that skill that makes the Hydra have another head. So instead of 3, I get 4, which is fantastic. You can never have enough Hydras. And I also have another power equipped right now. It's like a firewall. See, it like makes a wall of fire and burns the enemies. And then for my R2, I have a fire meteor that crashes down upon my enemies and inflicts tons of damage and destruction. And then my basic attack is the chain lightning. And when that hits one enemy, if there are any other enemies around him, it will go towards those other ones. So I get multiple damage for a pretty basic attack. My square, I want to say that is an area of effect skill, like maybe I freeze the ground or something. But yeah, I played this with some friends. I think I recorded this gameplay though when I had gotten off of work from night shift, so it was probably like 3 or 4 in the morning. And the beta was going to be over the following day, so I wanted to make sure I got all my stuff right. Right here on the character progression, you'll see all of the items, and they go up in color. So the yellow ones that I have, I believe, are rare. The blue one right there that I just dropped is... I'm blanking right now. But I know that the orange ones, the legendaries, the ones that you have to get identified, at least in Diablo 3, those ones are the best. And they come with their own attributes, their own little special skills. And it's really fun. So, on the beta, I believe they let you level up to 40 or 50. Don't quote me on that. On the special closed beta that they had before this open beta, you can only level up to, I believe it was like 20 or 25, something like that. So they doubled it up. And right here, I'm slapping some ghouls. It's a pretty effective class. I always enjoy playing with the sorceress. Or wizard, really, and the other one. So the other classes that they have are the Necromancer, which currently right now is OP, very overpowered. They have the Druid, which I believe is the worst class right now as far as DPS, damage per second, goes. And then they have the Demon Slayer, which has now been named Rogue. And that is another class that I used in the beta. And the Rogue is really badass if you don't want to use magic and you're more prone to like arrows and throwing knives, bombs, stuff like that. Acid traps. And yeah, I decided to move the camera on this side because I didn't want to block the map and any of the things that were said in text. And if you notice on the map, there's a room full of enemies right now that I'm going to vanquish. So right there is the 4-headed Hydra instead of the 3. There was tons of stuff that you could do in the beta. There were tons of side quests and regular quests. I was actually quite impressed. The area that they let you explore and the enemies and bosses that they let you take out. You could actually fight the Butcher in this beta. I came across him. It wasn't recorded, but he gave me the smackdown within like 4 seconds. So I was brutally reminded of his ferocity and his tenacity. Couple ghouls right here. Obviously not too smart. If I was a ghoul and I had like 2 brain cells, I definitely would run in the opposite direction. Sorcerers is like instant death. Also, in post, I'm not sure if it's gonna pick up, but there's like a slight tapping, like maybe a feedback static sound in the earphones, so hopefully that doesn't translate over to the final video. If it does, let me know. Hopefully it's not just a overall thing. Maybe I have the gain raised up pretty high. You know what's crazy is I have to be perfectly still right now because otherwise I will creak my chair. I think it's about time to get a new one. Yeah, have you tried Diablo before? Have you tried any type of game that's like this? Because it's pretty fun and I do enjoy it. Especially when you link up with friends and you have a group and you're just laying waste to hundreds of enemies. It's also a game to just like escape mentally. It's a lot of repeated stuff. As far as like, I don't know if hack and slash would be the correct term, but you know, you kind of just have to press a few buttons in order to survive and make sure that you drink potions on the bottom left right there. And it's actually pretty cool. I didn't find out until later on in the beta when it was almost over that those vials, the sizes right there that says 4 out of 4, you can actually increase those and get bigger vials through upgrades. So that's pretty cool. And they hold a lot more potions. Essentially, it heals you more. So right here, I think I had to carry this artifact on my back to multiple points on this map to activate whatever objective. It says bring the idol of the faithful to the altar of martyrdom. And I guess currently I was level 24 and I'm in the Fields of Judgment and it's 12:41 a.m. if that was real time. So it wasn't 2:30 or 3. I must have gotten off early that night. Could have been a Friday. But yeah, they got tons of different enemy models. And the bosses really don't seem repetitive. They have their own certain types of powers that you have to evade and watch out for so you don't die instantly. One the enemies that comes to mind was this goat, like right here. I think he was like able to freeze you instantly, and while you're frozen, he did like double damage. It was crazy. But the actual real bosses, like these things right here, they're like little lieutenants of the big bosses. One of them was like this huge demon, and I took care of him no problem. He was no issue. And I know I said that I enjoyed it, but I can't really say it enough. It felt like a breath of fresh air as far as PC games go. I get really tired and exhausted of playing first-person shooters. Me and one of my buddies that I play with, we spoke about how he doesn't really enjoy playing GTA 5 anymore because it's such an old game, and there's a lot of modders and stuff that you have to deal with online. But honestly, that's my go-to game if I want to just sit back, relax, and drive around the city. I don't really delve too much into missions anymore, but I'll take the car around the block and just drive the highway, and it's kind of nice to just de-stress on the video games. And also Red Dead Redemption 2, if you haven't been able to tell from my other video. So yeah. About 12 minutes in right now. I think this video is about 30 to 34 minutes. And if you ever do have an opportunity or a PC and you're looking to play something that you can put a lot of time and effort into, because you're not just doing the missions for nothing. I mean, the items and stuff, you're constantly trying to get the best thing. So, and if you're into like that grindy type of video game, because for me personally, I feel like if I'm going to play a game, I want it to be versatile enough to where I feel accomplished that I put time into that game. I don't want to play something to where it's just the same stuff every time. You know, you don't really get any items and stuff. Like, I'll give you a prime example, Borderlands. I played Borderlands 3, and to me personally, it was a great game, great story. The DLCs were amazing. But as far as the guns, I still run with the same setup and loadout that I've had for maybe the past 6-7 months. And I still find new weapons. They're just not that great anymore, you know. I hit the peak. So, hopefully, what I've seen in the history of these Diablo games, they'll have enough of an inventory and armory to keep you coming back to try to get the best items. And then once you hit a certain difficulty in this, they have different multiple levels and tiers. So like if you have normal and hard difficulty, they'll have one that's called, I think, Torment and Nightmare and Ultimate or whatever they are. But they make the game way more challenging. There's more enemies. There's like beams that can hurt you that spin around the map and you have to avoid it. Like there's different traps and stuff set for you. So I don't know. You know, with that you can upgrade your character way more. You can do your skills individually once you get to the Paragon leveling system. Right here I'm just trying to blow past these goat demons. Stick the hydras on them. Altar of penitence. Penitence. It's Vigo. Why isn't this working? Oh, I have to yawn. Wow. Do you guys like sneezing? I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were voicing their opinion on how much they liked sneezing and the feeling that they got from it. And I kind of had to agree. It was pretty nice. Deal before him. Oh, yeah, so right here is the segment where I meet with one of the angels in areas. If you haven't seen any of the Diablo 3 story, and you got some free time, maybe just type in Diablo 3 cutscenes in YouTube, and you won't be disappointed. The cutscenes are amazing. Blizzard was very renowned for having fantastic looking cutscenes in their games, especially like StarCraft. So this cutscene obviously is in-game, and it looks really good. There's a big portrait of him. And there he is in physical form. This is how you choose to approach me, Naria says. Calypso. That's the name that I gave her. Calypso is actually based off of a calico cat that I had a few years back. Her name was Calypso, but I just called her Callie for short. And, crazy story about her. So I lived on a 2-story apartment, and I had the windows open because I like to have fresh air come in, and she was perched up on a window while I was vacuuming, and she's always done it before, never had an issue, and out of nowhere she jumps down from the window. So I immediately ditch the vacuum, go running across the room, look down, and she's looking right up at me. So I'm like, Callie, please don't move, I'll be right down. You think she listened? No, I was stupid enough to think that she was. So as soon as I go down there, she's nowhere to be found. So needless to say, I was pretty sad. It was my first and last cat that I'll ever own, but I was pretty beside myself because I was worried. I rescued her, and she was still pretty young. So anyway, fast forward to 3 months. I'm taking out the trash at the complex, and I see this orange, black, and white blur in the woods. I heard a bush rustle, so I called out just off of a whim. I was like, Callie, and sure enough, it was her. But once an inside cat goes outside, it's very hard to re-domesticate them and bring them back in, so I kind of just let her stay outside, which was better than the cage that she was in at the animal place. So, and she still roams around there. I've since moved, but the job that I have is close to that place, and sometimes I'll see her in the complex. So it's nice to know that she's still being taken care of. Right here you can see in the beta that it's being really skippy, which was a problem. The game is crossplay, so PC can play with PlayStation and Xbox. And whenever you get next to other people, it seems to be really skippy and laggy. So I'm just at the vendor selling some weapons that I have in my inventory. Those slots you can kind of think of as your backpack, and once they get full, that's it. So the item and inventory management is very, very important. Cyvek. You can upgrade items that you have. The next one's 27,000. Yeah, right. Imagine how much 27,000 in gold was back then. I'm sure one gold coin, if you had one now from the 1800s, would go for so much money. So right here is the little tavern, and you go upstairs and you have a room that you rented out. And this chest, you can put nice items in there. And when you create another character, you can go into that same chest and they'll be there. So you can have items across players. And the wardrobe, you can select your different types of armors that you come across in the game. Enemies that you defeat will probably drop different designs. And then you you can alter them by also changing their color, their dye. And I imagine you unlock different colors as well. So, also another cool thing that this game lets you do is, aside from respecing your skills, which means you can apply certain skills to your character, and if you don't want them or they're undesired anymore, you can just respec them. So take the skills away and then put those skills into something else. But aside from that, you can actually change the design of the armor and weapons that you get. So essentially, if you find like a sword or something and you like that design, if you get another weapon later on that's strong and you still like that previous design, you can keep it on that one. So that's pretty cool. It sounds like I'm passing gas, but the chair's creaking. I've been looking at some different chairs, and you really gotta pay for comfort. I was looking at the Herman Miller chairs. They're like $400 or $500, and I can't see myself spending that much money. It's a little ridiculous. Also on the map right here, if you see that icon with the gate, there's other different types of icons throughout the map, and different ones could be like dungeons and secret areas that you wouldn't normally come across. These materials you can just get out of the ground, and you can use those on stuff too. So yeah, like I said, it's a really fun game. It's a slower pace. It's a slow burn of a game where you put the time in. It's definitely much appreciated from all the other games like Call of Duty and all this other stuff. I get tired of playing it, honestly. If I could play Red Dead Redemption and be a cowboy forever, I really wouldn't have a problem with that. Diablo 4 beta testing playing. It is lagging due to connection issues. How do you say issues? Have you ever heard somebody say issues? Pass me a tissue. Sneeze, I miss you. Bless you. Oh. So, I looked on YouTube today, and I saw that just 6 days ago, I posted a community post saying how happy I was that the channel reached 200 subscribers. And now, not 6 days later, not even a week, we are at 300 subscribers. So, if you are one of those people that is watching the video right now, you are fucking amazing. And thank you very much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching this video still, please take 2 seconds. I would really appreciate it. I am trying to grow this channel as much as possible, and I hope that you enjoy this content because I do enjoy making it. It gives me a lot of less stress in my life to have something that I enjoy and put my energy into. Aside from my 2-year-old son, of course. He takes a lot of my energy too, but I like to give it, so. Right now it says that I have to collect some Ice Clan bones, and those are located wherever the goats are. I'm sorry. I almost said that loud. I gotta yawn again. party of knights found a secret to life eternal, a red chapel. The chalice must be retrieved, and I must leave. Find me at the bear tribe camp when you have it. Man, everybody's just sending me out on these missions, huh? Crazy. That is pretty much the Diablo beta in a nutshell. Aside from experiencing a lot of connectivity issues and online lagging for what it is right now, which is just a beta. It doesn't release until another few months from now. And this could be like a previous build of what they already have improved on. So anything is game right now, and I'm all for it, because not only is this game exciting to look forward to, but I feel like it will set a different, much needed pace in the online popular gaming community right now. There's also another game that's going to be releasing called The Finals, which looks pretty cool. It's a first person, but it's more like competitive based. So I look forward to that as well. I also look forward to your guys' comments. Let me know down below what your favorite PC game is, or any console game for that matter. What it is that you grew up on, what it is that you're a fan of, which game series that you couldn't live without. Like I said, if you can, like and subscribe to the channel. We always love new people here, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm leaving as I'm killing these people. And my chair is breaking, and I died. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.